I never planned to reveal anything at my brother's wedding. For years, I let my family think I was just crunching numbers at some small consulting firm, while in reality, I was building something huge quietly, in the dark. But Dean's little jab that afternoon tipped the balance. The Celestini Grand's ballroom shimmered under chandeliers that burned like stars over tables buried in flowers. Waiters moved like ghosts through the glow. I smoothed my plain navy dress, the one I'd picked to disappear, and stayed near a column. "There you are," my mother said, her smile tight. "Why aren't you mingling?" Her eyes ran over my dress like a critique. "Though I suppose there isn't much to tell." I took a sip, calm. "Yesterday, I chaired a board meeting that approved the purchase of our biggest rival. I'm doing fine, Mom. Work keeps me busy. Busy isn't success, Nadia." She nodded toward the days. "Look at your brother, the youngest VP in high-end dynamics, marrying the CEO's daughter. That's real success," I smiled faintly. Hyen had been begging for a meeting with Meridian Advisory's CEO for months. They just didn't know the CEO was me. Still hiding in corners, Dean called as he walked in with his bride. Leia's gown sparkled like ice. "Nadia's got her cute little job," she teased, laughing. 15 years of memories hit me in one flash, me at the top of every class. Dean barely scraping through. Doors opening for him because of Dad's connections, while I was told to be realistic. A hush swept the room. Andrew Catton, Hyen's CEO, entered. Dean straightened, ready to impress, until Catton's eyes found mine and warmed. "Miss Vale," he said, walking straight toward me. "Didn't expect to find Meridian's CEO at a family event." The room went still. My fingers brushed the locket at my neck. For the first time that day, I let myself smile. Catton shook my hand firmly. "We've been trying to schedule a meeting with you," he said. "If Meridian is still open to discussions." Dean's smile froze. "Miss Vale?" he echoed. "Nadia?" I looked only at Catton. "Congratulations on the wedding, Andrew. As for discussions, tonight's not the place, then." Turning slightly toward the crowd. "But I'm glad we finally met in person." The murmurs that followed rippled through the ballroom like surf against marble. My mother's glass trembled. My father stared like I was speaking another language. Leia tried to smile. "So you run Meridian?" "The big one." "The same," Catton said smoothly. "And we'll give you a moment," he nodded to me. "Miss Vale, 5 minutes?" We slipped into a side room lined with mirrors, shutting out the ballroom's hungry whispers. Catton clasped his hands. "Hyen's board is ready to move forward. I'll stay through the transition. But we need Meridian's capital and your structure. You'll have full control." "And the redundancies?" I asked. "Merit, not nepotism," he said, and didn't need to add Dean's name. When we returned, my family stood waiting like a tribunal. Dad started first. "You let us believe. You believed what you wanted," I said evenly. Every time I spoke, you turned the topic to Dean. Dean grabbed my arm. "You can't humiliate me." "Not here." I pulled free. "Then do your job and there's nothing to worry about." "But if Meridian acquires Hyen, performance will actually matter." "Acquire?" he whispered. "On terms that make sense," I said quietly. My fingers brushed the locket again. The hinge was worn, the metal warm against my skin. My grandmother's words echoed inside it. "Belief is a quiet kind of thunder." I carried that storm for years. "Andrew," I said, "let's set the board meeting for next week." "Tuesday," he replied. Tuesday came like a clean blade. I walked into Hyen's glass-walled boardroom beside Andrew. My reflection stretched across every surface. The directors looked exhausted. The numbers looked worse. I presented Meridian's offer: capital, governance, phased integration, and non-negotiable principles: audits, ethics, promotions based on results. Questions came hard, then softened, then stopped. When the vote was called, it was unanimous. Ownership changed, first on paper, then in the air itself. You could feel it. Outside the glass, my parents sat clutching coffee cups like relics. Dean stood apart, jacket gone, eyes ringed with the truth of the night before. I asked Andrew for a moment and walked to them. Dad forced a grin. "So we're family again?" "We always were," I said. "We just weren't honest." Mom's eyes glistened. "We're proud of you, Nadia." I didn't need proud, I said softly. I needed belief. I touched the locket. "I had it anyway." Dean swallowed. "What happens to me?" "Same as anyone else," I told him. "Junior sales and growth division training, quotas, fair chance. Earn your way up, or take severance. No shortcuts." He exhaled, something unguarded in the sound. "Okay." Back in the boardroom, we signed the papers. Andrew squeezed my hand. "It's done." Reporters were already waiting outside, the hum of rumor alive. I faced the microphones. "The new Hyen," I said, "will be lean, fair, and focused. No more weddings. No bloodlines. Just work." That night in my office, I opened my locket. The paper inside was faded, but the words still clear: believe first. The city glowed outside like circuitry. I closed the clasp, pressed it against my throat, and turned toward whatever came next.